Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. My dear students of Honor Expert 3, how you folks are doing? We have completed the poem, A Valediction Forbidding Mourning. We have completed in the sense that I have read out the poem and I have told you the paraphrase and I have told you the summary, breaking the poem into three parts, and in our today's class I will go through the whole poem and I will give you the summary of the whole poem, and later, as I have told you the critical appreciation in our previous class, today I will tell you the development of thought and critical comments. After I will read out the whole poem and I will tell you the summary in very short content, and I will begin with the reading out of the whole poem, A Valediction Forbidding Mourning, a very romantic poem describing the writer's affection and love towards his beloved and to express that living or parting can make no difference in their love making. Let me start reading the poem. As virtuous men pass mildly away and whisper to their souls to go, whilst some of their sad friends to say, the breath goes now, and some say no. So let us melt and make no noise. No tear floods, nor sigh tempests move, to were profanation of our joys, to tell the lady our love. Moving of the earth brings harms and fears. Men reckon what it did and meant, but trepidation of the spheres. Though greater far is innocent, dull sublunary lover's love, whose soul is sense cannot admit, absence because it doth remove those things which elemented it. But we, by a love so much refined that ourselves not know what it is, assured of the mind, careless eyes, lips and hands to miss. Our two souls therefore, which are one, though I must go, endure not yet a breach, but an expansion like gold to airy thinness beat. If they be two, they are two so, as is stiff twin compasses are two. Thy soul, the fixed foot, makes no show to move, but doth if the other do. And though it is in the center seat, yet when other far doth roam, it leans and hearkens after it, and grows erect as they comes home. Such wilt thou be to me, who must, like the other foot, obliquely run. Thy firmness makes my circle just, and makes me end where I began. And this is a very wonderful, passionate love poem. And I have read out the poem in the last three class, and I have also told you the Bengali meaning and the paraphrase and the summary of the whole poem. And I have also told you the critical appreciation. And today, in short, let me tell you the summary once again. As good men die so peacefully that even their friends cannot be sure of the moment of death, so the lovers should separate from each other without floods of tears or tempests or sighs, for it would be a disgrace for the lover to publish their love to the world. An earthquake causes damage and makes men fearfully calculate its impact and significance, but the trembling of the heavenly spheres, far greater in movement, causes neither hurt nor fear. Dull, ordinary lovers, whose love is based on their senses, cannot allow separation, because it would destroy the elements which make up their love. The love shared by the poet and his beloved is so pure and holy that they can hardly understand its quality. Their minds are mutually secure, and they are therefore less concerned that they are physically parted. Their two souls, being united, are not divided by his departure. Rather, they expand as beaten gold spreads rather than breaks. Insofar as the souls remain two, they are like the feet of a pair of compasses. She is firmly fixed, not seeming to move unless by the force of the other moving foot. Though she remains so fixed, she will lean and yearns after him, returning to her natural position only as he returns to her. So, like the unmoving foot of the compasses, is she to him who must incline away from her. Her very steadfastness ensures that his circle is true and that he will complete his journey. And the summary you have already heard in parts, but today I have told you the whole summary once again. And now, my dear students, I will tell you the development of thought and critical comments of this wonderful poem, A Valediction Forbidding Mourning. Development of thought. The poet addresses his beloved to offer her consolation for his short absence, just as virtuous men are not afraid of death. In the similar fashion, true lovers are not afraid of separation. Separation only tests their loyalty and devotion. Ordinary lovers who are addicted to sex may not be able to stand separation. Therefore, his beloved should neither shed tears nor heave sighs. This absence is a sort of touchstone to test their mutual love. Men are afraid of earthquakes and the damage caused by them. However, the movement of the heavenly bodies, though much greater and more violent, is quiet and harmless. Similarly, ordinary lovers may lament a separation, but their love is so holy and pure that in spite of separation, they have no feeling of loneliness. The love is so chaste and pure and refined that physical absence does not matter to them at all. Their love is not based on physical enjoyment. And pure love. The lovers cannot define the nature and essence of their pure love. It is a refined love of the mind and has nothing to do with the joys of sex. Their souls are one. Temporary separation cannot cause a breach of love. Absence extends the domain and expanse of love. Just as gold is beaten to thinness and its purity is in no way affected, in the same way, their pure love will expand and in no way lose its essence. The lovers are like a lump of gold, and the quality of their love cannot change. The frontiers of their love will extend, and their mutual confidence and loyalty will in no way be affected. A pair of compasses. Donne employs the conceit of twin compasses. Their souls may be two, but they are united at a center like the two sides of a compass. The soul of the beloved is like the fixed foot of the compass as she stays at home. The poet's soul is like the other foot of the compass, which moves, so to say, in a circle. The fixed foot leans towards the moving foot, and afterwards the moving foot rejoins the fixed foot. The rejoining of the encircling foot suggests the return of the poet to his beloved, and their union, in spite of their separate identities, is the very consummation or completion and joy of love. The poet proves that in spite of separation, the lovers are united in mutual affection and loyalty. James Reeves writes in this connection, "We are like the two legs of a pair of compasses. You are the fixed one in the center. Further, my soul goes from yours. The more yours leans towards mine, and as mine comes home, so yours revives. Your soul is the center of my being and keeps mine constant as it circles round you. And let me tell you the critical comments of this wonderful poem. The poem consists of 9 quatrains and is quite smooth in its rhythm. However, its images and concerts enrich its significance. The comparison of separation to death is obvious. Just as good people face death patiently and quietly and calmly, in the same way, true lovers face separation willingly. Ordinary lovers may view separation as an earthquake because their love is based on the physical relationship. True lovers are like the heavenly bodies, the movement of which is greater and violent but causes no injury or harm. Holy love is not affected by movement or change of environment. There is another conceit of the gold beaten to thinness. The quality of gold remains unaffected, though its area and dimensions increase. In the same way, the quality of love remains constant in spite of the extension of the gambit or area of love. The best conceit of the stiff twin compasses is extremely appropriate and fits the theme like a glove. The individuality of the lover is maintained while their basic unity is symbolized by the screw which fixes the 2 sides of the compass. The fixed foot rotates while moving foot revolves in a circle and then gets rejoined to the fixed foot. While moving foot circumscribes, the fixed foot lifts it, showing the mutuality and interdependence of the two. In this connection, A.J. Smith writes, the subject of this poem is metaphysical problem, that of the union of the lovers, even when they are separated. It is in the very respect in which they are separated that he wishes to show his lovers are that he wishes to show his lovers are united. The souls are one substance which has the individuality of air, but also the obvious unity of a lump of gold. It is to stress this last point that the compass are brought in. For gold, though originally solid enough, falls under suspicion of being likely to vanish away once it has been compared to air. Compasses do not vanish. They have not the remotest connection either with physical or metaphysical subtlety. Hence, once the needful subtlety has been expanded, they close the poem and symbolize it, not however by their oddity or strangeness. The strength of the poem lies in its argument and the use of appropriate conceits and images. Sometimes hyperbole is used to emphasize a point that tears are floods and sighs are tempests. The poet has been able to prove his point that his absence is no cause for mourning for his beloved, because their love is pure and constant. My dear students, with these few words, I would like to conclude my lecture for today. Thank you very much for